All right. My name is Grady George. Hopefully, you guys can hear me okay. Um, yeah, this is my channel, the Grady George channel. Night Freaks is my solo nighttime call in show. Um, Here I am. I haven't done one in a few weeks, but I wanted to do one, and I would like to do these regularly, but I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to, keep up with doing them or not. I'm kind of my interest is way more in uploading right now, and I'm really trying to unlock, how. I mean, yeah, it's easy. It's easy just to upload material, but it's not easy to get a lot of views on uploaded material. And I'm kind of that's kind of the focus of my channel, really, as far as the content goes with the interviews. So I'm trying to figure out how to do all that. Um, but yeah, I'm a little disappointed tonight. So I wasn't going to do a live show at all, but I decided to go ahead and come on and see what I could get into because I do want to do I do want to do more live content. It's just that really it's a waste of time compared to the uploads. I mean, I get a lot more views on my uploads, and I can take like an hour of my time and make that into like 10, 10 different days worth of content. You know what I mean? It's so much, it's so much better. Yeah, I don't have a problem with Minnie Manson, but I think he has a problem with me. So trying not to talk about him too much because I it's kind of like Candyman or something or Bloody Mary. You say the name too many times, it pops up. But yeah, so yeah, the interviews for me have much more potential than my live streaming stuff. Because like I can take it, like I said, I can take an hour and I can turn that into 10 days of content if I. So I still basically I can sit here for like an hour and just talk and turn that into uploads, and I'll probably have way more views collectively, a lot more watch time, and all that shit than sitting here for an hour or two doing live broadcasts. The problem is I do enjoy doing live broadcasts, but it's kind of what I'm known for. But I haven't really had a chance to work on my live stuff, and I haven't been able to really hammer down the look and the way I want Night Freaks to be. No, actually, I what happened was I tried to. I mean, Drizzle probably would have stream sniped Minnie Manson, but he was in San Fran at the time, getting his breast removed, and then I don't know. Drizzle was looking for a roommate at the time, and I suggested to Minnie Manson because he wanted to move out there, and Drizzle lives very close to Hollywood Boulevard, where I think if Minnie lived in Hollywood, he would just stand out on Hollywood Boulevard, flicking his tongue at old ladies and children walking down the street, who, in his mind, realize he is a Marilyn Manson impersonator, and not some kind of like weird dude flicking their tongue at him. But um, yeah, that's the way it is. So anyway, I thought that that's what he wanted to do, and then I don't know, he went crazy. I mean, he thought I was trying to like get him into a relationship with Drizzle, which I don't think either one of them have any interest in. So it was really fucked up. He went crazy on me, so I'm like, hey, I'm not going to talk about that no more. I knew Tip Man. What are you talking about? All right, what up, CEO of Chair Bugs? I'm assuming you're a fan of King Cobra JFS. Me too. I love King Cobra. But yeah, I'm a little disappointed tonight, and that's why I'm drinking. I'm gonna be hammering down some shots. Hopefully, I can, maybe take a few calls later. If anyone's interested, we can chat it up, whatever. But well, that is true, John B. And again, I think Drizzle. I don't know. I have a lot of issues. Like a lot of the people I work with, like they want to run from what they're good at. You know what I mean? Like I'll use Gucci's as an example, and I don't know Gucci's at all. I've never spoken to her, but I'm a fan, and I'm aware of her plight to a degree. But she's really good at live streaming, and everybody around her seems to think her substance abuse problem is because of live streaming. So it seems like a lot of live streamers they like to blame live streaming for all of their problems. And I think Grizzle's one of those things. Like I don't think he necessarily thinks it's a problem, but he doesn't see any reason to really work at it or try to grow because it's just a time waster to him, and it's just a hobby or something he likes to do. So there's no real trying to work with Drizzle to try to grow a channel that could possibly make some money. Like he has no interest in even putting forth that effort because he doesn't. He thinks that a bigger, being more well known would only cause him problems in his life, and he just wants to have a normal life. So I don't think he really desires to get that much bigger. And when we do the show, or I try to make suggestions, because I kind of feel like Drizzle could turn into a sort of like a trans influencer or whatever. Especially for a certain segment that I don't think is really very represented. The female to male, and then you got the fact that he's not very political. He doesn't. He's very on PC and he doesn't give a shit. And there are a lot of people like that, but they're not represented in the media. It's always like the other side, totally so giving this appearance of utilitarian, lockstepping going on. But it's not really. It's not really like that. And there's a lot of people I think that are left out of the loop that would like a guy like Drizzle, on both sides, really. I mean, I think Drizzle could be, he is a guy that I think is, you know, I don't personally believe that IP2 is like truly racist and homophobic, but he is a guy, but it is considered that by many people. And he is a half black trans person that thrives in that setting. So, okay, CEO of Chair Bugs. That's cool. I think I've actually seen some of your stuff before, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah. So tonight, I don't know if you noticed, but I've lost the Crystal Roberts interview. So that will not be happening now, and all the clips that have been up there have been removed. So and I'm a little bummed about that because I did put a lot of work into it, both from you know trying to get the interview to happen, and then to actually conducting the interview, and then to spending the last 3 days, like cutting it up into clips and stuff like that. It did, but I guess she has some issues in her life that she doesn't want it up there, and that's a deal that I have with everyone I do interviews with because it's very important. Because think about it, right? So I'm a guy. You don't I know some of the people I've interviewed, but a lot of the people first time they're interacting with me is me asking for an interview. Crystal is one of those people, So when they, I mean, I've got troll written all over me, especially if you dig around into my past with battle cam and stuff like that, which I am not a, I would say like now I'm not a troll. I'm trying to be myself. But back in the day, I did perform as a character, very much a character that was pretty hardcore and was pretty brutally mean to people, as far as what I said to people. I never like try to dox people and shit like that, or I wouldn't even say I was racist or homophobic or anything like that. Certainly, some things I've said to people have tried to twist around into that kind of shit. So but that's stuff that it was just all a character. You know what I mean? Like I that's not really me. So this go around, I'm trying to really be more myself, and so Crystal doesn't know me at all, and I'm wanting to interview them. So most people I contact to do an interview, and they don't know me. I mean, first of all, especially in the live streaming community, right off the bat, I mean, I've got troll written all over me. There's like no reason to trust me unless you're looking to get hurt. You know what I mean? So it's extremely hard to get people to sit down for an interview with me, going over their entire life. You know what I mean? So I make these deals with them that if they ever want me to take it down or whatever, and basically they're in complete control of the interview. And she's having some, she explained to me, I'm cool with her wanting me to take them down, whatever. I don't think she's just being like a prima donna or nothing. There's reasons why she doesn't want it up right now, so I did take it down. Hopefully, I can put that up in the future. And she did say that in the future, I might be able to put it up there. So hopefully, I will. But that doesn't take away from the fact of a lot of the work and a lot of the stuff. And really, what's bumming me out the most is that it's by far the best interview that I've done. You know what I mean? Like, uh, not not to take anything away from the interviews I have done, but she was just so fucking open and honest, and just telling all of her stuff with no governor at all. You know what I mean? Which I actually have taken stuff out of interviews. People have told me just because I thought it would give them they would regret that being out there, and I haven't even asked them about it. I'll just take little statements out here and there just because I can kind of see. I don't really think anything like Crystal told me was of that caliber. It was all very general stuff. I think a lot of people go through, but because of her issues, I don't. I guess it's just not the right time for this interview. And like I said, I do hope that. I mean, this is going to be like a lost Elvis interview or something. You know what I mean? Like, because I'm telling you, this is a fucking great interview. I only got the first 5 clips up. I was up to 25 clips. I'm almost finished with the editing of the whole interview. So, it was it's a very lengthy interview that I put a lot of work into. And, yeah, I'm really fucking bummed that, this is how it turned out. But a lot of times when shit like that happens, I just want to give up. I want to quit. And it's not like it's easy for me to get. It's not like I have like tons of people lining up wanting to do interviews with me. It's like a struggle. Like every interview I've done there is a certain amount of time that it took me to gain the trust of the people. So that takes a lot of time, and it just and at the end of the day, I I'm hoping that they'll trust me. And so far, everything's been good. It's just that, and it's not that I don't think Crystal trusts me, but at the same time, I do feel kind of like maybe my clickbaity titles had something to do. I don't know. I have no idea if it's something I fucking did or whatever. But at the end of the day, I have to comply with what I've promised, or I'm not who I say I am, right? So right there is proof that to anybody doing an interview with me in the future that I mean what I say. You know what I mean? This is definitely not an interview I wanted to lose. I was already in the can, and 99% of the work had been done on it. So yeah, it is very disappointing. And so I'm just gonna get drunk tonight. I'm gonna get fucking drunk off my fucking ass. And yeah, more. I would like to work with Crystal in the future again. So I mean, she has promised. I mean, she has told me she would do an update with me at some point to add on to this interview in the future whenever I can. But it doesn't sound like anything that's going to be remotely arable for like a year or more. You know what I mean? So it's not something that is going to pop back up anytime fucking soon. And the interview itself is very evergreen. So waiting a long time to post it will not matter. The answers to the questions will always be the same. You know what I mean? So there's nothing lost from waiting a while to put it up. So I hope that I will be able to put it up someday. You know. By the way, if anyone wants to call in, I'm going to post the StreamYard link. I don't know. I don't really have much to talk about tonight. Really, once again, I'm just sort of fucking around. Um, oh well, fuck it. They're going to be watching anyway. I don't give a fuck. Maybe I can drink myself into a rage. Maybe that'll interest somebody. Maybe if I fucking just drink so much, I go fucking nuts. Well, I don't think anyone would care then either. Maybe I cut my nipples off and fry them in a frying pan. I've seen that. I've seen that tactic before, and it was successful. But I'm not doing that. Yeah, I don't have anything to talk about, man. I'm just drinking. If anybody wants to call in and drink with me or get fucked up or something, that's cool. Otherwise, I'm just gonna be fucking hanging out. Want to chat with me in the chat room? That's cool. Otherwise, I'm just gonna be hanging because I don't have nothing to go to. I'm extremely fucking pissed, to be honest with you. I'm not pissed, but I'm upset. Like I want to ram my head into a fucking wall because I like I don't know. Like for the last 3 days, I've been working on nothing. You know what I mean? Like now I realize that I've got to get my head out my fucking ass. I've got to do things differently. Play some Grimes while I'm drinking. This is like I get drunk to Grimes. Okay. What's up, Mormo?
Yo, what's up, dude?
Hold on. I was about to get drunk to Grimes. I was going to be fucking pathetic, man. I'm
Drunk
glad you
and do
said.
and do
I'm
what?
glad. I was going to get drunk to Grimes, man. But you saved me from that.
Ha ha.
I was going to sit
Yeah,
here and listen to Grimes music all night and get drunk.
I'm just smoking CBD and oh hey, what's up, CEO of Chairbugs? Good to see you, man. Always glad to see you. I'm just smoking CBD and drinking water tonight.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
How late you usually hang out?
Till 2 a.m. I'm online from 6 p.m. till 2 a.m. just about every day. So
You on Central?
Central, yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I'm just drinking. I'm drinking. I got some of this. I started on Drizzle Live on Saturday. I got the Smirnoff Red,
Oh,
$19 a bottle. You can't fucking beat it.
wow.
What I
Is it flavored or?
No, it's just the red kind, straight up. But what I like about Smirnoff Red is that I used to be a hardcore alcoholic for about 10 years, and my drink of choice was vodka.
Yeah,
And the
that's pretty typical.
I started off drinking a really expensive vodka, but when you have a problem, the price becomes an issue, right? So I strategically, through trial and error, realized that Smirnoff is the best value for vodka you can find on the market. All right, when you take in the price and the quality of the vodka, anything lower tier than Smirnoff is a headache in a bottle. It's just going to
It's
get
like
like the more you drink of it.
it's like the best choice of vodka or something. It's a
Yeah,
cheap
for
brand,
the
but it's a
value, you know what I
quality
mean?
product.
Yeah, for the value, it has to be the best vodka out there for the value. Now, obviously, like Grey Goose and some of these other brands are actually better, and you'll have much less of a hangover. But I'm telling you, you go sub Smirnoff Red, man, you're asking for fucking trouble in that department. You're gonna wake up with a fucking headache and a half, brother.
Oh wow.
See, I got your interview though going, and that's good. I think your interview is one that I think most of the interviews start off a little slow, and they kind of get better as the interview goes along. So
Yeah, there's probably some drama in there, and that's I'm fine with that. Like, I just don't have a big tragic story. Like, I'm mentally disabled and shit, and that's sad. But like, a bunch of sad shit didn't happen to me. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't. I don't have like a real dramatic or traumatic story to tell.
well,
So
I'm sure probably some sad shit's happened to you, but maybe you just don't dwell on it. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So, I mean, I have some shit that's like lame. Like it's sad. It's like sad, but it's very lame. And I fucking dwell on it. Shit that happened to me when I was like 5. Some kid like shoved me down or something, and I still think about it to this fucking day. So that's
oh
also not a healthy way to deal with shit. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
it's good that to me it's like life is all about perceptions, really. So you have people out there that have incredibly good life, but they're in hell because their perception of their life is that of a hellish life. You got people that live, most people would think would be a hellish life, and they're extremely happy. And to me, it's all about your perceptions of your own life. You know what I mean? So I feel like you have a pretty healthy perception of your own life, considering your difficulties with your mental issues and stuff like that. Because a
yeah.
lot of people that do have mental issues, they do not have the kind of attitude that you have. You know what I mean?
Yeah, a lot of people say more money just equals more problems, so even people who are living wealthy lifestyles could be living a real like terrible life and be unhappy and everything. It's
Yeah, and I feel bad for my buddy Billy the Fridge. He's in the hospital, and he hasn't done any updates today. So then that kind of worries me because I like he was updating all the time yesterday. So I'm like, did they put him in like some kind of coma, some medically induced coma or something? You don't really know what's going on, but because the dude's got straight up heart failure, man. He's all like, walking it up on fucking Twitter. He's in
mm,
the hospital, So I don't know, man. Like, but like
yeah.
I sent him a link to an interview of Violent J from Insane Clown Posse from a year ago, and
Mhm.
he was just feeling sluggish. He was doing these shows, he could barely get through the fucking shows. So he went to the doctor just to get a checkup, and they told him he was in heart failure. Like his shit didn't work at all, man. Like he had to go straight to the hospital. It was very ginger, which is what they
Wow.
did with Billy. But I think Billy, according to his Twitter, said he just has to take some medication. So, to me, when it comes to that shit, at least when I was younger, anything you had heart wise, they were going to have to like chainsaw your chest open, like and crack you open like a walnut, just to get up there and look. Nowadays, I think like 90% of those surgeries were just they could do it non-invasively, and shit like that. So that's good, if but yeah, those surgeries are fucking brutal. So anytime I hear somebody got a fucking heart problem, man, I always like flip out. And not to mention that Dick Cheney hasn't had a heartbeat in 10 years,
Oh wow.
but everybody else fucking dies. So yeah, Dick Cheney, he had so many heart transplants and none of them worked. That they put a metal box in his chest and it just pushes the blood through his veins. Just look up Dick Cheney has no heartbeat. He's been walking around with no heartbeat. He's technically dead for the last 11 years.
Damn.
So, but there's been like probably your grandfather, your father, whoever's been dying this whole time from heart related issues. And they're trying to figure out how to put pig hearts in us and stuff. So, in my opinion, there is a Nazi style medical program that is just experimenting on human subjects. And and it's all tied into the right to try program, all that fucking shit, which I understand if you want to do that, that's fine. But at the
Oh
same
yeah.
time, I do know that they were growing throats for people and replacement limbs out of skin cells 20 years ago. Because there was a lady who had her throat crushed in a car accident, and they grew a new throat for her, and it was her real throat because the thing with transplants is your body, even if it's a match, will always try to get rid of the transplant because it's foreign to them. So this was her actual throat, so her body completely accepted it. That was 20 fucking years ago.
Wow.
But if you look in the news lately, they're trying to figure out how to grow pig parts like human style into pigs and put them in fucking humans and shit, which is fine if people can live. But I'm just saying, why does Dick Cheney get to walk around with no fucking heartbeat for a decade?
CEO of Chairbugs giving me some shout outs in the chat.
Oh, let's see here. Let me see. Hey, Mormo.
Mormo freaked me out when I first saw him months ago, but he's super chill guy and I wish the best for him. Thanks so much. Yeah, as long as I get my medicine, I'm pretty chill and I got my shot yesterday, so
Yeah, I think Mormo, I guess, like the one guy, John B, that's in my chat, he's always saying that you seem like a guy that would be in a Rob Zombie a movie or something like that. But
yeah, I saw that in the comments. I'd love to be in a Rob Zombie movie. I'm a huge fan of Rob Zombie for sure.
and that's the cool thing about Mormo is that once you do watch him, you realize there's more to him than just how he looks or whatever. You know what I mean? Like you can't really size people up by just how they look or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. And
Although I would say that how you look is why I started watching you to begin with. You know what I mean? So it's all very symbiotic. It brings people in, and then they get hooked on you.
Mormo, you have an accent, Hollywood says. It's a Southern California accent. Well, it's a little mix. I've been around all over the country, so it's probably a mix of several places now, but I think the majority of my accent comes from Southern California.
Well, I did find out he had his very early formative years in Michigan, so you might be detecting a bit of I guess what would that be, Michigander or something? I don't
Yeah.
know, because I'm from Indiana, so I knew a lot of people from Michigan that would move down to Indiana, and they had kind of like almost a Canadian kind of feel to them. You know what I mean? Like they're so close up there to Canada that yeah, it was almost like they were Canadian or something. And you
Yeah.
mentioned being near Dearborn, which that's a punk rock mecca, man. So I totally forgot to ask you if you got up in Dearborn at all on that level. You know?
Yeah, I remember hearing about Ozzy Osbourne when I was in Michigan. I had a babysitter who loved Duran Duran,
Oh
but
yeah.
never got to check out the punk scene or anything. So,
Well, I'm a big Misfits fan, and I know that some of the very few videos they have of their early shows take place in Dearborn.
oh yeah. Thanks so much, CEO Chairbags, CEO of Chairbugs. I'm glad you like that song. I love making music, and it's definitely a passion of mine. Glad you liked it so much, for
Yeah,
sure.
Mormo's a very interesting guy. I mean, the interview gets really good towards the end, like most of my interviews do, because I think at first everything's kind of weird, and then after maybe like the first 15, 20 minutes, people start to loosen up a little bit, and the answers start, getting a little bit more detailed, and
Yeah, I goofed up on some of the math, I think, in the early part of the interview, talking about my age and stuff. I think I goofed up on the math. Oh, Creaky Ohioans here, right on. I
what is?
uploaded a video just before I jumped on live.
Oh, okay. What's PLR?
It stands for private label rights, and it's where you pay to license content like written content or video content or audio content, and then you can rebrand it and turn around and sell it to other people.
Yeah, I remember when Hollywood. I remember when Jewel and Attila were going to AA meetings and they were streaming them, which was kind of weird because I know that the AA is very private. They don't even put the name of the organization outside the door, and they're like literally in there like streaming people confessing to their other alcoholic stuff. Like them included. But I don't think they realized that wasn't supposed to be going on. So.
Yeah, that's not how those phones are supposed to work. You're not really supposed to talk about it on
I
social
know.
media at all.
It
I
might
don't.
have been like it might have been like literally the only time you ever seen like a real AA meeting taking place, like videotaped on at all. Like I don't even think they'll allow you to do it and blur their faces out or anything. Like they don't want it at all recorded because that's the whole point of it, that you can like talk freely and you don't have to worry about people finding out. Talking
Yeah, it
behind
was
your back and shit. Yeah.
against the rules of the program. Never know, it could have helped somebody. Maybe somebody found AA through those live streams. So
Well, I think honestly, I was going to say I think it's done a lot of good for them because they seem to really have. They had a lot of issues. If you go back, a year or so ago, I think both of them were very hooked on, very strong. I don't know that for a fact. I mean, I'm just assuming, like anyone else watching the videos, but they've come a long way. I think they've done a really good job getting their life back together, and hopefully, this all goes into my point about streaming is not your problem. You know what I mean? Because a lot of these very good streamers, they have some kind of issue in life, and they always want to blame the streaming. And of course, the streaming may make things worse, but it's certainly not your problem. You can certainly do streaming and conquer your problems without having to get rid of streaming. Like I use
Yeah,
Gucci's as the example. She could still stream and not do substances. You know what I mean? Like it's possible. But why give up the one thing you're good at for many of these people? The one
streaming
thing that gives
really
them
helps
happiness.
me as
Yeah, go ahead.
somebody who lives alone and lives in isolation a lot of the time. Like, it really helps me to eat when I'm live streaming and to smoke weed when I'm live streaming and stuff. That at least I'm talking to people and have company, while I'm eating and smoking weed and all that.
Can I ever drop names about who we see in NA meetings? Yeah, exactly. Oh, hey, Minnie. Yeah, it's kind of like your last interview segment, right? Yeah, it did seem to help them out a lot. It does seem to help. I mean, when you're not doing anything at all to try to help yourself, I guess even a very little change can do a big good. But yeah, they got their shit together. I think.
Yeah, the got NA got me clean from meth, both NA and AA. So
Yeah, I know many. I'm just down. I'm just down today because I lost an interview.
yeah, that's a shame. I'm real bummed about that. It'd be cool if either you or Crystal could sell that interview, because she's got a pretty big audience. People would probably pay to find out that info.
Oh yeah, it's not about money. She just she's I mean, I don't think she would do it for thousands of dollars because she's got a problem that she's dealing with. I don't want to go into it, but
I think I know the issue.
yeah. So whenever in the future, hopefully, she gets beyond that point, then I'll be able to release the. Again, I'm not bad mouthing her. This is something that I offer to everybody I do interviews with, and it's just something I can point to people and say, "Hey, look, I did this for her, so I would do it for you." You know what I mean? I'm not jacking you around because a lot of people think I am jacking them around when I'm asking for interviews. A lot of people like a lot of people I want to interview don't even have that many interview uh, viewers. They don't understand why I would want to interview them. But I like them. I watch them or whatever. So that's why. So it takes a lot just to get people to like interview with me, and it's a whole process. I enjoy doing the process.
For sure. Yeah, keep up the good work, man. I'm a big fan.
Well, I'm going to take a shot for you. Yeah, normally when stuff happens that gets me down, I just want to quit. But this isn't the first thing that's happened to me that to make me want to quit YouTube. In the last 6 months, I've been doing it, and every time I get like that, I just keep going through. And within a couple days, something like unexpectedly good happens, and I'll just get like a bunch of subs, or something. Somebody will mention me or something. So I think there's a lot of value in sticking to your plan. I think my plan is a good plan. I mean, I could go into it, the whole entire thing for you, but I don't want to go into it. But
Right on.
yeah, I don't think that'll happen, Minnie. So I guess we're done working together. Although I do enjoy working with you, but that's just like a little too much. I don't, especially since I don't make any money at all.
Yeah.
I don't pay.
How are the views on my interviews? You think you're getting new subscribers or
No, I mean, the interviews are kind of weird because, like, yeah, you might get some new subscribers till the interview is over. Most people don't like, I'll get new subscribers. Like, for instance, Crystal. Like, I get some new subscribers for Crystal. Then after Crystal's done, some of those will leave. I tend to end up with a subscriber base of people that just like interviews. You know what I mean? So I am kind of building a pretty cool, like, group of people that like this kind of material. You know, I guess it's sort of like that soft white underbelly type of crowd. You know, people. There are people that just like interviews. Just like most of the people I interview, though, their audience are people that like live streaming, so they're not really naturally inclined to watch a pre-recorded interview at all. You know,
Mm.
so
Ha.
Momo, I gave him. We can't talk about the details, but he might be one of the more expensive ones I've had. Yeah, even that's too much. Even that's too much for what I get. You know what I mean? Yeah, thank you, Minnie. And there's 6 people here, Minnie. Your last video didn't even have 5 views, bro.
Dang, I didn't know you had a 50K sub channel. That's awesome. I would love to get to 50K.
Yeah, that really sucks because like Crystal talked to me about how Gothy and some other guy got her channel nuked.
Yeah, Edward the trash talker got
Yeah,
her.
it was for bullying too, and they were were reporting videos where they were taking part in like they were on there. You know what I mean by freely by their own choice. You know, it wasn't like she was just talking about them behind their back and they had no control over it. You know, like
Yeah,
they
I
were
don't think
literally
it
sitting
wasn't
there.
even Kay who was the bully. I think it was people in the chat that they reported.
I just couldn't even believe that. Oh, you mean like other people on their behalf did it, or whatever. Yeah, I could see that. But still, that's stupid. Like if I'm on somewhere and they're bullying me and I'm not hanging up and I'm staying on the show, even if someone reports it on my behalf, you would think that they would go, "Well, this ain't bullying because the guy's not running away and crying and you know."
Yeah, it's not even people doing the banning. It's like the algorithm and robots. It's not even an actual person banning people, which is crazy, I think.
I used to have a hamster when I was a kid. In fact, I had it neutered, which was a very interesting story. I called my hamster kept having babies with all the hamsters, so my mom was going to make me get rid of all the hamsters. So I called a vet and asked him if he would neuter my hamster, which he took my call, and I think he felt sorry for me just because I was a child, and he did it for free. I brought this hamster in, and he put my hamster to sleep and cut its nuts off. And after that, it got really fat, like a big fucking ball of fur, and it was just
Oh,
like sitting
wow.
around, like doing nothing. It just kept getting fatter and fatter, and then I think it died from a heart attack.
Yeah, I had a mean hamster that would bite me. I couldn't pet it or anything.
Minnie Manson, I could really roll hard on you pretty badly. I mean, obviously, you did give me all of your personal information and some other things as well. Now, I'm not that kind of person, but I used to be. I'm one of actually, if you go back 10 years, I'm probably one of the most notorious trash talking motherfuckers ever to grace the internet. And that's how I know Billy the Fridge and, Joe, who is no slouch himself. And I'm a pretty mean and cruel and vindictive person in my past, but not now. Which I'm kind of being more myself. That was a character, so you don't have to worry. I'm just saying, like, if you think that I'm easy to take the piss out of, first of all, I don't care anything you're saying about me. I have no feelings whatsoever. Anything you're saying about me has been said about me 100 fucking times, over and over again by people far more unoriginal than you, dude.
Yeah, he said some stuff about me that upset me, I know, one time. Just because it normalizes a certain behavior. And I don't care if someone's mean to me, but if you're gonna like say things that normalize certain behavior, then I don't agree with that at
Well,
all.
no, the thing I don't like about Minnie, and I mean, I like Minnie. He's cool. We have a working relationship. I would like to work with him in the future, but he's acting like he's going to charge me a bunch of money or something, and I can't do that because I don't make any money with the stuff we do with him. So like, why do I have to lose money and he doesn't lose anything? Like it does not. If he doesn't want to work with me, he doesn't fucking have to. But nothing he says about me like really bothers me. It's just that he goes around trying to act like he tries to do shit to me that's been done to him. Like somebody got his channel nuked because he like porn bombed them. And so I could see him trying to do that to me, or he tries to threaten me with that kind of shit. You know what I mean? And it's like
Um,
I've never done anything like that to him whatsoever. And yeah, he could fuck with me like on that level. He tries to put shit in my chat that if I don't notice it and then delete it, he can later report me for not deleting this kind of weird shit that he's fucking putting. You know, so it's all stuff that's been done to him that's negative shit. And I don't know why he feels like doing it to me is somehow makes him feel good. But whatever. You know.
yeah.
Yeah, I see what I
I,
mean.
I've heard Edward admit to some pretty gnarly stuff. So,
Yeah, I'm pretty unfamiliar with him. Now I do have an interest in interviewing Gothy, but like Crystal has told me that Gothy for sure would try to have my channel nuked or whatever. And that also scares me that I could possibly interview someone like that, not realizing it. You know what I mean? And they could just have my
right.
whole channel nuked based on an interview they agreed to. That doesn't
I'd
even make
love
sense.
to see a Gothy interview, but she's definitely capable of nuking channels. So,
Gothy interview would be fantastic if I could achieve it. But
yeah.
no doubt people will talk shit in the comments. I personally, unless it's doxing or something like that, I don't remove the shit talking. So they would probably then turn on me, saying that I basically am the platform of hate that's being used against them and try to attack me in some way. So that's the things you get into when you don't really know the people you're interviewing that well.
Yeah. It's a great service you offer, and it's a shame that people would like turn on you or something, or you have to worry about people turning on you. It's a shame.
Yeah, so like Vinnie Manson, like I just told him I don't have any desire to fuck with him at all, and he's just like, you have nothing, like he's just gonna fucking come at me even more. So it's like, dude, I don't want to have any kind of problem with you. I mean, in fact, you've been accusing me of trying to troll you since the day I met you. I do not know her, at least by that name. Is somebody I should check out? No, I'm definitely not the guy that threatened to human traffic you, dude. I have no idea. If literally you think I said that, I mean, no, it's never. To me, I've never thought about. I threatened to pick you up like a football and punt you down the Chicago street 30 yards because I do feel like I could punt you literally 30 yards, which is not. It's not like a pro level kick, but I'm not a pro, and I still think I could do it. Yeah, Minnie worries all the time. You know what I mean? He's just constantly worrying. And I think that's why he's shaped like an avocado. I think he has some gastro issues from his chronic stress.
Well, I gotta take a break. It was good talking to you, Grady.
All right, Mormo, you have a good night, dude. I appreciate you calling in.
See you later, CEO of Chair Bugs.
I'm not necessarily worried about Minnie Manson, but I mean, yeah, if somebody could just like take your channel down. I mean, yeah, you have to worry about it a little bit. And I feel like Minnie is a type of person that would just try to have my channel taken down all of a sudden. Yeah, that's cool. Like I said, I encourage you to do that. I mean, I offered to help to get it done, but if you can do it yourself, I'll buy one, man. I mean, I'm not coming at you, man. Yeah, yeah. Crawl in here and get naked because first of all, you have no nipples; they're tattooed on. They fell off. You have diabetic clit. That your clit disappeared. The most you could show is an ass crack at this point. You have nothing else. Well, yeah, I was also on a different platform, John B. Like I don't want to do material that is going to get me banned. So now we have a Savannah Garcia, talking the real here. Okay, people didn't even know who you were before me. Some people, and I can prove it. Well, that's cool, Minnie. I would never do shit like that to you either, man. That's why I don't understand why you're constantly writing on me. No, he didn't. You had diabetes and it disappeared. And it was because you were taking, you fucking told me all about it. I'm not, I mean, there are HIPAA laws preventing me from going into it. But if you want to check it out, go check out that first Minnie Manson interview. I got it in a nice little playlist for you to peruse on the main page. He'll tell you all about how he clit disappeared out of his own in his own words. I would love to have a Minnie Manson birthday show. I mean, I'd do a whole 3-hour show. I'd call it Minnie Manson Birthday Party. We could even do it on his channel, man. I'll just produce it if he wants to. Well, Minnie does. He claims to be a hermaphrodite. He claims to have a prostate and a clit, or he doesn't claim to have a clit anymore. He knows that's gone a long time ago. Anyway, guys, we're heading up on an hour here. Unless anyone wants to call in, I would probably stay around a little bit longer if anyone wants to call in. But otherwise, I might be taking off here because I try to keep these at about an hour or two. I don't want it to be too long. You know what I mean? Oh, here we go. Minnie's getting into his stuff here. I was born a hermaphrodite, and the doctor cut it. No, he did not. No, no, no. You no. See, you're lying. You're lying because you told me about how you didn't find out you had a prostate until you went to some medical you get some medical procedure done like 2 years ago, and that's when you found out that you were technically a hermaphrodite. All this shit about getting it cut off and all this stuff, you're making that up to hide for the fact that you suffer from diabetic clit. Now, that's not. I'm not saying you should be ashamed of that. I mean, that's something that's like a natural progression for people with your disease. You know what I mean? So you should like be proud of the fact that you have diabetic clit. But okay, well, that's up to you. I was planning to do a birthday show with TTS and the whole nine, and you get all the money and shit. Like I'm not. Yeah, I don't want to be at war with Minnie Manson. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to be like I didn't do anything to the. I like the guy. I think he's funny, man. I think he's a funny guy. I don't know why he's coming after me. I know why he's coming after me, because I will not accept his sexual advances, and that's why he like wants me or something, and and he can't have me, and he wants to like destroy what he can't have. Minnie does not. Man, this is like his thing. Like, no, I did not, Minnie. I did not say that, but that is funny. Like, I wish I was the guy that just had extreme hate for the diabetics. Diabetes, like just go around diabetic bashing all fucking day. That would be fucked up, but kind of cool. Maybe a fun, like for a fun day. See how many diabetics you could fucking bag. Why would anybody fucking do that? I have no idea, but like, why would I have a hatred for diabetics? I would like to see Minnie actually together with a real woman. You know what I mean? Like like I would like to see, how he, Max on them, how he picks them up. I don't even think he would even know what to do with a vagina, even though he has one. That's how shitty he is. So this is why I love Minnie Manson right here, shit like this. I would never even think to say this, but like he always says shit that cracks me up, man. But first of all, I didn't say that, but I wish I had because it's kind of funny. But anyway, you guys, I'm gonna take off. I was thinking about doing like some Tim Pool skits. Somebody told me I look like a retarded Tim Pool, which I think is really hard to pull off because I think he naturally already looks retarded, but that's just my opinion. I'm gonna do a Doctor. You know that guy, Doctor Grande. I've done a few Doctor Grady skits where I dress up like that guy and I'm talking about how all these live streamers are fucking nuts. And I did one on Lala and I did one on Elisa, but I haven't posted them yet because I'm kind of like they're kind of funny, but I don't know. I want to do it a little bit better, so I'm still working on that. But anyway, you guys, thanks for hanging out with me tonight. We're just over an hour. I'm going to take off. Please check out my interview series, Grady TV, and anything else I have up there. Until next time, I try to do these on Monday and Wednesday nights. I'm trying to build a little following, so we could talk, hang out, get drunk, or whatever. But until then, I'll talk to you later. Bye.